Welcome, everybody. We have Mary back. For,
Woohoo!
yeah. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Here we are again together.
In your home this time,
Oh,
not
yeah,
separated by an ocean.
that's right. The last time we podcasted together, I was in the Dominican Republic.
Mhm.
That was probably a more entertaining video to watch.
I
Um,
felt like I was there. I lived vicariously through you.
that was fun. Especially when like Diva walked up behind and
Yeah.
room service came to the door and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Okay, well, here we are, everybody. So this is my friend, my colleague, my coworker, and so much more. This is Mary, and the first time I had her on the show, she is the photographer. She's a professional photographer. She does specialize in fitness photography, and she is our photographer. So we work very closely together. Actually, we're actually trying to come up with the appropriate title for her because right now I'm just introducing her to everyone as photographer plus plus plus.
We should have like a raffle or like
A
what is
survey?
it, like a vote?
Yeah, like a survey. I
Yeah.
actually have some ideas, but I will discuss them with you like not while we're podcasting.
Yeah.
But I actually have a really good idea for your title. But for the audience's sake, if you missed that episode, Mary and I work very, very, very closely together. All things like related to different hats and fitness and stuff like that. So Mary, do you want to give a brief intro of yourself?
Sure, sure. My name is Mary. I am a fitness instructor. I am a photographer, and those two worlds have met with the Warrior brand. So that's my favorite thing to do is photograph fitness shoots, photograph conferences, photograph fitness professional headshots.
Yeah.
I live in Eugene, Oregon, same as Ellen, and I have a husband and two kids and a whole zoo, lots of animals here. But yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, and if you want to hear a like deeper dive into Mary's background, or you missed that other episode, we did just look it up before we came on. It is episode 22, and it is called The Quickest Way to Boost Your Brand. And spoiler, just so you know what the content is about, it's really about how you can make the very most out of a professional photo shoot. So when you're spending money or you're planning one, how you can like really maximize everything. It's just, it's very valuable, and also why you should be getting fitness headshots. But we're not going to talk about that today. Today we have a different topic. That's why I brought Mary back. Today we're going to be talking about the summer doldrums.
Dun, dun, dun.
Come on, everybody
We
knows.
all know it. We
You
all
know
know
it.
them.
I know. Unfortunately, I've experienced them. We all do. And we're talking about when attendance takes a dip during the summer months. I actually call August the dog days of summer. It's natural and normal for people to be doing other things in the summer and it affecting our numbers. And so Mary has been an instructor that really goes above and beyond and is very creative in ways of keeping, people in the classroom and keeping those numbers up. So she has prepared 5 tips for us today. Oh, so get your pen and paper, get your thinking cap on and be inspired. Sometimes it takes a little investment and a little creativity to do it. So let's dive in. We're gonna make it a quickie today for you guys.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into these tips right now
I
because
love it.
this podcast, I truly believe this is something that I wish I had to listen to when I was heading into teaching and when I experienced my first, dog days of summer. It's the real deal, especially up here in Oregon when you live in a state that, it starts to get nice. You'd think everybody would stay because it's finally nice here, but kids are out of school, people are traveling, and it's totally understandable. So my first tip is when I just start to notice that the attendance is starting to drop, I switch my verbiage to my class participants. I start calling them my VIPs, my MVPs.
Oh,
I love talking to them like they are going above and beyond. That's like so important. I'm noticing them and they're my VIPs.
Ah, that is so great. Well, I was going to actually just add that part of the reason here in Eugene that people like ghost out during the summer is not just because of travel, but because we only have sun for one season. Other than that, it's like rainy and cold here all the time and gray. So it's like summer isn't outside in Oregon in the valley where we live. It's similar to a climate like in London or Seattle where it's like dreary and rainy and gray. So it like people really do just want to be outside. And we live in a super athletic town where
Mhm.
very athletic, where people like to run, hike, cycle, like all the things. And so that those things tend to really affect us. But it happens everywhere. It happens no matter where you live. Everyone experiences some summer doldrum effect. Mary, that's cool. I love that VIP language. You know what I have said?
What do you call them?
Okay, I don't call them anything, but it's a similar like idea behind it. I say like, so you're the ones so you're the ones in January that like made a resolution. So you're the ones. You're
Yep.
the ones that stuck to what you like. You're it. You're the ones. You're the
Mhm.
ones that kept coming because most people who join a gym in January are out by March or they fall off the bandwagon and are just donating money to the club. So I'm like, you're the ones. You're the ones that stick it out. So that's cool.
It feels good to be noticed like that, I think.
Mhm.
You know. Okay, tip number two. Oh, kind of to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
When I do start to say like, okay, y'all are my VIPs now, you're my MVPs. I'm going to be referring to you like that all summer long. So that already tells them in their mind, like, oh yeah, I'm in it. Like that's right, and you're here with me, and we're going to go on this ride together. And then I make a joke like, okay, I work at the DAC, the Downtown Athletic Club. So even in January, I'll be wearing shorts. I always say it's always summer at the DAC. You know, people are like, it's too cold to work out. So even during the summer, I say it's always summer at the DAC.
Yeah.
No big deal. Okay. Tip number two. Um, I sorry, I'm just looking at my little list here. This is the biggest one. I'm just gonna drop the bomb now, and it's not a bomb that's unheard of. I bring gifts. I
Mm.
love to bring gifts. I bring gifts, like I'll do like a little, if it's a holiday, I'll bring a little something. But towards the end of summer, I really take that core group of members. I think about how many there are, and I put together a little like thank you. I
Oh,
love that. I love showing them that I see them and that who doesn't like getting a gift?
that's awesome. Like, what kind of gift are you gonna give it? Like,
So, I used to teach a class called Pound, and it was like rock star kind of vibe to it. And for my gift for people that came, I had these little silicone green lightning bolts made,
oh,
and it was made into a keychain. And so
oh,
it's like, it wasn't like a girly gift or a masculine gift. It was
oh.
just a gift, just
Cool.
something, just a little thank you. And people would put them on their gym bags and things like that.
Well,
So,
yeah, I was just thinking then, like, if they put it on their keys or something, they're like literally gonna be reminded of, they're gonna
of the
associate
class.
that with you all the time and that class all the time. So it's like perpetual marketing and advertising to themselves.
Absolutely. And
I mean, you could have bought them like a baked good or like you could have bought them something that like that was consumable or something like that, but
yeah.
that was a smart marketing tactic. Nice job.
Yeah, I try to, people have certain feelings about bringing candy to class or baked goods, bringing donuts to a workout class. I kind of try to stay away from that and just bring like the good stuff, the tangible things. And I will say that particular gift I found in that community that I was in, the person who made those was raising money for a family member that was in need. And so she had reached out to the community saying like, I make these things and I'm trying to donate to this health crisis that my family member is having. And the whole community, it was like, I felt so good. I could have gone on Etsy and found lightning bolts for sale or whatever,
Yeah.
but it felt good to give back to that community that I was a part of back then, and then also pay that forward to my class. And then I told my class about that too. So that felt really good.
Yeah. People love a little philanthropic vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have told them also so that they knew they were part of this contribution. That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever given gifts to your
Yeah,
classmates?
yes. I was actually trying to think of that while you were talking. I was like, when's the last time I brought gifts in? I mean, the tattoo sticker thing, those
Yeah.
those are so fun and cheap. What's the name of the company I ordered those from? I'll try to find it and put it in the show notes rather than think right now, but they're like 10 cents
Mm-hmm.
a thing, and you can upload whatever, like if you teach a certain branded format or whatever and you want to upload the logo or anything, like it could be like Mary has like kind of like some goth vibes. I mean, like
Yeah.
she could do like skulls or skeletons or
Mhm.
like skeleton hands with, so yeah.
And
Hmm.
I love representing a brand, especially when I'm a part of it. I love feeling like I'm included with that brand. As a student, even like the swag. I'm like, I want a Warrior sticker, like Warrior water bottle
Yeah.
stickers are
Yeah.
like a hot commodity in our world.
And this doesn't relate to summer doldrums, but it's a tangent that's worth mentioning. We have in our fitness community a lot of people that will, at the holiday time, like Christmas, Hanukkah, the holiday season, will do little tiny, tree ornaments or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I try to give out my gifts. If it's a holiday and I have a gift in mind and I did it ahead of time, that's otherwise, but I try to give out my like thank you like for coming during the summer gifts in the summer, because then it makes people be like, she gives out gifts in the summer. I want to go.
Yeah, you should actually say that. Like, hey, you get extra gifts in the summer. I am a big fan, and you already know this about me. I'm a big fan of going to the dollar store. It takes, an extra 15 minutes or 20, and maybe an extra $5 or $10, because like just some of the things you can get there. One of my favorites has been the mustache packages for like Father's Day, where you get
Yeah.
6 different shaped mustaches for $1.
Yeah.
It's a very low budget way to get a lot of fun things and take some fun photos and stuff like that. So dollar store is a great idea. Mary mentioned Etsy. Etsy's awesome. You can do like very personalized gifts on Etsy if you've never heard of them. That's a great spot
Hmm.
to do that.
Amazon for like packs of things.
Amazon,
Amazon's a good one for packs of things.
yeah.
Or like friends. If you've got some crafty friends in your life, that's
Mhm.
where it's at. I have a crafty friend. She helps me make all sorts of stuff. It's
And
great.
before you move on to your next point, I just wanted to say something about you and just like instructor mindset. It's, there's like two camps of instructors, that one of them is like, I'm an employee and I'm entitled to, like, it's an attitude or a spirit of entitlement. Like, these are the instructors that like don't want to come early to set up, or don't want to take some time to make a, a social media post or like a reel or something, or come early, or I just remember specifically for a season of my life where I was managing um, personal trainers, and I was trying to see if they wanted to just like do some little tiny like tips so I could
Mhm.
promote them. And I just remember a couple people like, not unless you pay me. I was like, oh, okay. I just wanted to promote you. I just wanted to promote you.
Yes.
So there's like, and there's instructors that will now, in both of the places I work, we do get compensated for the 15 minutes early for class. But there was a long season, over a decade of my teaching career, where we weren't compensated for that extra 15 minutes. But of course, you need to be there to set up for it. And I just remember hearing many, many, many years ago an instructor being like, well, I'm not paid to get there, so I'm not coming until class starts. I'm like, how much time? What? I would be like vomiting with my nerves. but it was those professionals don't do well. They don't do well. And I'm not saying you have to break your bank or, I'm not saying we're not entitled for great compensation, because I believe that we are. I actually believe that we're underpaid in general in our industry. So I'm not like poo-pooing that. But I do think when you have a spirit of giving and investing, it comes back around tenfold. And those are the instructors that shine. Hi, dog.
Sorry.
That the animal noises were from Mary's house, just so you know.
Yeah. They're usually from yours, right?
It seems like. And you can see I have my cat with me. So, all right. Next point.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of go over quickly my third point because I like got ahead of myself and I lumped one in with the other. But when I said that I piggybacked on like it's always summer at the DAC, that's actually one of my points.
Oh, okay.
And it may seem kind of negative to say, but it kind of goes along with what you were saying. Like, so you're the ones. I do like to make a point to those students that are coming in July, are coming in August, that I appreciate you picking yourself over the weather. Like, I appreciate that because it's hard to do that. I know it's hard to do that. We all struggle. And so that acknowledgement, it's always summer at the DAC. Like it's always about you. And I appreciate you picking yourself over the weather. I appreciate you picking yourself instead of sleeping in.
I love that you say you pick yourself, because you could have said, thank you for picking me. Thank you for picking me. Thank you for picking my class over the weather. But I love that word choice. That says everything about you. And that is what it's about, because it's not about us. It is about them. And so
It truly is.
So instructors, take note of that. That was big. That was big. That was big right there. If you take nothing else from from today's episode, take that. That we say thank you for choosing you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of class, when you're talking about you just finished that big workout and don't you feel good? Like you did it. We did that. We just did that. And you feel good. You feel better than you did when you walked in here. So, okay. Number 4, posting. I can't even tell you. People know in my classes, it's on the schedules, it's blasted at them. I talk about it all the time, but I swear to you, when I post the day before, it's kind of redundant. It's like, I'll say like Friday, trifecta, perfecta, let's go, or let's say I have this awesome new playlist or new music dropping tomorrow in class. It's like it doubles. Like people are reminded, everybody's lives are busy. And even though they were planning to go or they know that class goes on every week, but when they're like, get that little hit of a reminder, they're like, oh yeah, that was fun. That's fun. I want to go.
I can't agree more. And I mean, like, even if you don't say, come to my class, but you're just constantly posting and showing your classes and the fun vibes in there is like, it is, I mean, we are in sales. I know that it doesn't seem like a sales job, but it is. I mean, it is. We want people to come. We want to change lives, so
we even talked about this on the last time we got together on the podcast when I saw a photo that you had posted in the studio and I was like, what are they doing? That looks like fun. I want to go. Like,
oh yeah,
it's lost on people. It works on me. It works on all of us. We want to be doing the fun things. So when you're posting about it, like a class, there was a post I made and they're actually Ellen's people. They're so wonderful. They come to my class sometimes when they can.
Well, there are people now. We share.
Yeah, we're sharing.
I play nice in the sandbox.
They always have like a specific spot in the studio. And one time they weren't there. And so I took a photo of like, it was a wide photo. You couldn't really see people, but you could see that there were people and then this big empty room. And so I drew on the photo little stick figures.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, you're missing. Here you go. And that like, It was great. Like I don't know, things like that help people be like, oh my gosh, that's so much fun. And then also posting, like, I'll put advertisements on my social media or my stories, but when I post like the day before, give them enough time. But like tomorrow it's going down, Tuesday, 9 a.m. We're getting a new lesson of strength, warrior strength up in the house. They're like, oh, cool, I want to go. Do it.
And that's the right window. Like if you, I mean, you can post 2 weeks before your class or whatever, but it's really in that like 24-hour window where you want,
And if it's a morning class, I would say go the day before. I try to be really sensitive to people that have classes before mine. When I was teaching night classes, I didn't want to post on our like gym's private page maybe that morning because there were other classes and they wanted to post about their classes. So I would wait till like it was my class, or like a few hours before my class. But when you have a morning class, I like to post the day before.
I don't think you need to wait, by the way. Whatever. They can post if they want to. You can post if you want to.
Okay. Okay. And then, okay, I should have saved like the gifts one to the end because it's like the best tip ever.
Wait,
Like
what number are you on? Are we on 5?
you're on 5 already.
Okay. Wait,
So,
can we recap?
yes,
Point number 1.
was VIPs and MVPs.
Yes. Okay.
Point
2.
number 2 was gifts.
Yes.
Love it. Point number 3 was it's always summer at the deck. Like choose yourself over the weather. It's worth it.
Okay.
4, posting, posting, posting.
Mm-hmm.
And here's 5, and it's kind of counterintuitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like understanding that people travel, understanding that sometimes people need a break. Maybe this is a huge commitment to them and they need to take a week. They need to like reset. Maybe they just finished, maybe they're a teacher and they just finished the whole year and they're like, I need a second and then I can get back into it. I've had, in my college years, I had coaches that were like, grind, 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 and it's overwhelming. And I had a coach in my 20s that I would be like, I'm like in tears, like I can't make it to class. It's not happening for me. And she was like, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. And that made me feel so welcomed. It made me be like, I can't wait to go back.
Mm-hmm.
I love that feeling. I
Yeah.
love the feeling that I'm not in trouble. So I try to give that to people as well. Of course, I want you in my class. Of course, I'm going to miss you like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to probably talk about you because we love you so much.
I might take a picture of your spot
of your empty
and draw
spot.
stick figures on it with the mark feature.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. And we can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I agree. There's a balance. So I think we do need to ask our students to support us and their class that they love and themselves and their health and fitness. So I've just started teaching at this amazing YMCA in Eugene. And so I'm new there and I've only been teaching there a couple of, I don't know. I've only been doing the warrior strength class that I just got back from. I'm still in my sports bra, by the way. And
we all do it. We all do it. All the listeners out there, all the teachers.
I know. Like once your sweat dries, there's no real hurry to get in the shower. So
right.
Wait. Okay. So I literally asked. I mean, we maxed out today. We maxed out capacity for the class, and they loved it so much. And I said, I'm like just authentic and vulnerable and my true self with them. So I'm like, hey, I'm new here. Thank you so much. Like, it feels so good to me that you guys all came and we maxed out. Like, oh my gosh, I want to tell my mom, And I said, like, I was like just selling the class to them. I was like, look, this class is so amazing. And it is whether you have an appetite for weightlifting, because some people do, some people just love to lift, or you don't. Wherever you are in that continuum, you absolutely need it. Like everyone needs to be lifting weights. So look, we know that. We all agree that whether you love it or not, you need to be lifting weights. this is a new class. It's awesome. And whether you have never worked out, never lifted before, which was a couple of the people in the room, whether you have never lifted before or you are like an Uber CrossFit athlete, you will feel successful and challenged in this class. And so why not, let's please, like, I would love your support. I would love for you to help this class grow over the summer. It's already growing and it's June. So I just asked and I saw them nodding. I asked them to make it a commitment, an appointment, I like to call it. And I saw in their faces the yes, this will be a commitment that I do this summer. I love that. Just asking and being vulnerable. I mean, again, we never want to say like, oh, please help me. Like, I don't want to get my class canceled. We never want to come across as like not confident, but I don't think there's anything wrong with saying like, in our universe, class size is a metric that matters. And so thank you. It does mean a lot to me. When and in the summer it's hard. It's hard to keep the momentum highs. It just means a lot. It means extra. But of course, people need a break and people do vacation, and I would never want someone to not get a vacation, but I do want them to not schedule their appointment with the dentist during my class. There's a difference. There's a difference. So I will ask them that. Don't schedule your appointments during class, but vacation, absolutely. Injury.
And like, it also makes it so that you're not scared to go back. I think that's a big one too. Like, oh, they're going to give me so much crap because I took off for like 3 weeks and I fell, or maybe you didn't vacation. Maybe you really fell off. Maybe whatever's going on in life, and then you're scared to go back because you're starting again, or whatever your case may be. Knowing that your instructor was like, it's all good. I got you. Let's do this. Like, I'm growing too. So like that kind of verbiage is really important, I think.
Yes. And there's so many people that we affect online that we don't realize. Back to your thing about posting, like I had someone today in class that I have not seen for 10 years. Oh, it was so good to see her.
Wow.
And she was like fully aware of everything that has been happening in my life. Like she was congratulating me on Warrior and this, that, and the other. And I was like, I haven't even heard from you for 10 years. Like, I didn't even know you followed me on social media, but she does. And she's been dying to get back to my class, but the DAC is not accessible for all people. So now that I'm teaching at 2 locations, this one is a little bit more accessible for people because it has a slightly more modest price point. So it's bringing back some old people that used to take my classes back in the day. And and like you, like Mary wouldn't, she came back to the DAC because of a post I made.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's really important. And I'm not always like wanting to be like, come to my class, come to my class, come to my class, come to my class. It's at this time and this date. Like people will ask. It's like, if I'm wearing a lipstick that people like, I don't need to be like, buy this tube of lipstick. I love it. It's $10 on Amazon by Revlon. It's the matte. If they like it, they're going to ask like, I love that lipstick. How come it looks so good after your workout? And I'll tell them it does. My lipstick, oh my gosh, it looks good tomorrow morning. It looks good after I wash my face. It just basically stains forever. but like my point is, I think be careful with posting, not you, Mary. This is the audience. Be careful with like, come to my class, come to my class, come to my class, come to my class, because then it does it. I don't know. I just prefer like they're going to want to when they see how much fun everyone's having. And then they're going to ask, when do you teach? Where do you teach? Do you have a drop-in? Can I be your guest? They will ask. So I don't think we need to like in our sales and marketing efforts as it pertains to social media, I don't think we have to right hook, to use a Gary Vaynerchuk word, as much as we do just show the fun.
Absolutely. I know. I'm like,
what's happening.
You want some water?
I don't know what's happening. She just tried to hand me her water bottle through the screen. Yes, I do. But anyway, okay, we're gonna wrap because we told you that we would give you a little shorty today.
Yeah, which I love. Like I love the tips episode. Like your Instagram one was amazing. I was like, I was in the car. I'm like, I need to get home. I need a pen and a piece of paper.
Thank you.
That
I
one
don't
was
even
really
remember.
good.
Did I say
Oh
good
my
stuff?
God.
I don't even remember. That is so funny. Okay, good.
There's so many things that
Yeah.
like that you know, if you're starting out that are common knowledge to a lot of people, but it's not common knowledge to some. And
That's
I
right.
think that's like me. Like there's certain things where I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, no, tell it to me like I'm a 10-year-old. Please.
Yeah.
I need to know
Yes.
like the nitty-gritty. And so that episode was that for me with Instagram because
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, I was thinking about this one when you were talking about that. This one too, like some people know, like spice, summer's hard, spice things up. But I want this. First of all, not everyone does know that. Some of you are new instructors that might not know that we're heading into August soon.
Get ready.
Get ready. And,
Unless you want to get the why.
and that's right. It's true. And then, but also there are a lot of listeners I know right now that that like know this stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say do this stuff, and then I stopped myself and I said know this stuff because I do think instructors that have been doing it for a long time, like me, Mary's newer to teaching than I am, and she still has blue flame. I still have blue flame. I mean, are you kidding me? It's like
Bluest.
stick a needle in my vein. I want it so much. Classes. I'm talking about teaching. Like I have blue flame still. Which should be an episode on how I keep my flame blue after all these years, like how I stay motivated. That would be a good topic. But anyway, for those of you that are listening that maybe have gotten not apathetic, because you wouldn't be listening to a podcast about betterment if you were an apathetic instructor, but if you just maybe have like uh you know you know not put the kind of effort you wish you were doing into maintaining your summer numbers, let this episode just be just a little tiny like shot in the arm to maybe just start next week. Just pick, let's see, this is gonna, we're heading into, by the time you guys hear this, it's gonna be July. So we're coming into the holidays. What could you do around the 4th of July if your club is open? Like, what can you do that doesn't break your bank, that adds some sizzle factor, that keeps your students more inclined to come to your classes
A
over?
thank you note. You know, like I love writing notes, especially
Oh,
when I had a smaller class. It was like a note, like that, a pack of 10 notes is like nothing, you know, just little things like that.
yes, 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 yes. Okay. Do you have a confession for us today?
I do, and it totally pertains to like this topic.
Oh,
It's a confession about tip number 2 about gift giving. Are you
okay.
ready for it?
I am.
Okay. So the particular gift, the particular holiday that one of my classes fell on was St. Patty's Day. I mean, talk about a fun class day, gifts galore. Like I could think of anything green, basically. Dollar store was like going off that day.
Yes.
So I had a few days earlier, bought a bunch of gifts, put together in little bags. I had bought a bunch of decorations. I decorated the room, come class time. And of course I bought like extra because you never know. People don't reserve our classes. So I don't know how many, but I had my regulars. I knew like I had been teaching this class for a while, so I knew how many were going to be there. So I just like did a bunch more.
Yeah.
So come class time, like we're partying. Okay. There's like green confetti and green everything everywhere. People are wearing green. We're like just, eating it up. It's the best day ever. And as class is going on, I'm like calculating, there's a few stragglers that had come in and I'm teaching and I'm like, I have a certain number of gifts and the class has exceeded that number.
Oh.
Not by much because I had bought more in anticipation of this, but I knew I had two extra people than I had gifts. So as class goes on, I know like we have one of the girls, Lacey, like Lacey is in this class, and then another one of my friends, Kathy. And so as class ends, I was like, and I have a little something special for you guys. Like, I just want to hand something out and I'm going to go around the room as we cool down. And so they're like stretching and doing our like normal cool down and the lights are off. And I like run over to Lacey and I was like, I cannot give you a gift today.
Uh,
I cannot give you a gift, but I will. your gift is just going to be a little late. There's more people than I anticipated. And then I ran over to Kathy and I was like, cannot give you a gift today. I'm so sorry. I was like, please stay after class so that I can explain. And they were like, oh my gosh, of course.
Yeah.
Don't even. And so I gave out the gifts and everybody was like so excited and happy. And they were really cute. They were like, St. Patty's Day socks. And it was in a bag, a couple of chocolates. And then I'd even forget, like probably like a whistle or something, whatever I found at Dollar Tree. And they were just really happy. And then the class ended. And so afterwards I was like, you guys are getting a gift. And they wouldn't take it. They were like, no, I don't need a pair of St. Patty's Day socks.
Especially after St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. But like, it just goes to show that like, they're always there. They know what I was doing. They appreciated that they were so close to me that I could be like, oh my gosh, like severe oversight. Yeah.
Yeah. The irony is that is actually, they probably received the biggest gift from you of all, because of exactly what you just said. It's funny, while you were telling that story, I was like, okay, this is where you run up, like before you said your solution and you were just creating the problem for us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I was putting myself in your shoes. I was like, this is where you run over to your friends and you're like, you don't get one.
Yeah.
But that's exactly how you solved it. So that's so sweet. I go to the dollar store for St. Patty's Day too, and you can get a pack of like 5 green glitter, like for an example, little top hats that are like mini little top hats that have a rubber band that goes under your chin, and it's just silly and stupid. And if you have 25 people in your class, it's a $5 investment. If you have 50 people, it's $10. Like, it's just not a lot to create this magical photo that you can, to create a memory and to create the care in that environment, obviously, first and foremost, but then to depict that late by a photo or a video and to put it out there creates, that whole FOMO thing. So some of these tips like work together, like synergistically. So I think this was super valuable. Thank you, Mary, for being the kind of instructor that puts your students first, that is has an attitude of selflessness, because those are always the best instructors. So
thank you. This has been the best thing that I think about on a daily basis through my classes. I truly love to show people how much I appreciate them.
Yes.
Because what do you say? But not for you, I would not be here. I love your saying.
I do say that. I do.
It's true. It's true. I can't do this job without people.
No, that's
right. And I really, really love doing it.
That's right.
So all the gratitude goes to the class.
That's right. And just like, like, even if I have a class full of regulars, I still say, like, thank you. Thank you for coming today. Thank you. I still say that. It means a lot to me. I don't take it for granted. I like to use that saying to people that come into my space. For one, it's true. I don't. Like, so
I agree.
Anyway, I am inspired myself by this episode. Now I'm like, what can I do better than Mary? The competition on. No,
I was telling you about my summer purchases, my like glasses and stuff.
I know. So my challenge to all of us and me is that our homework is that we think of a way we can do something the next class we teach after hearing this episode that increases the fun, sticky factor. Please tag us and we will share it. Speaking of which, and speaking of like asking, this podcast has been so wonderful, and I love the feedback I'm receiving. I just kind of figured out how to find it. So I'm going to start posting some of the amazing reviews that you have been giving. And I just wanted to ask that you continue to rate the show. Please share it. Please tag us. And to that point, I wanted to ask for collaborations on Instagram Reels. So if you're an instructor that likes to do Instagram Reels, any kind of educational content that you can give the community, share with our community that has to do with teaching tips. Anything you want to do that has to do with teaching tips, I would invite you to submit a collaboration request to Confessions of a GroupX podcast. I'd love to start sharing that. I'm also starting to share just other leaders out there, content they're posting about relating to group fitness in our stories. So if you're not following, please follow. If you haven't subscribed or rated or reviewed the show, please do, because this is a labor of love, and I want to make an impact in the lives of instructors. And so thank you for helping me do that. Mary, thank you for helping me do that again today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we will see all of you later.